Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make this incredibly quick and easy flip card. It just lifts up, but it's got a nice little surprise inside. I originally made this years ago. I honestly can't remember how long ago it was. I wasn't so much into designer series paper then, I know that for sure, because this layer originally was just basic white, or whisper white as it was in those days, and it was stamped. And then I suddenly thought, oh, I could make that and use designer series paper. So this is the paper that I used. It's the wonderful Floral Delight, which is available in the current seasonal catalogue. So this is it. You can see where I've been cutting out some of my favourite of the bigger yellow flowers. But without further delay, let me get started and show you how we make it. Like I say, quick and easy. It's great for beginners, but it's also good for people who've stamped for a long while, just to, I don't know, have a bit of fun making stuff using your favourite things. So the base is a piece of quarter sheet of cardstock. It's 5.5 by 4 1/4. The designer series paper is just the 1/4 inch layer down, so it's 4 by 5 1/4. There are 2 layers for the 2 flip pieces, and they are 4 by 2 1/2, and the 2 basic white pieces are 3 3/4 by 2 1/4. Again, everything's just a 1/4 inch smaller, and the flap is 1 3/4 wide, and it's 4 1/2 inches long, and it's scored at 1/2 inch. So that's the piece that tucks under the designer series paper to make the flap. And it seems the best way to do it is to almost make the card in reverse. You do everything first and then you sort of build it backwards. So without further delay, let me bring in my silicone mat, and let's put these little 2 pieces were left over when I was cutting the main flower out. And I thought, hey, waste not, want not. Let me just go ahead and add those to the inside, because then it uses them up. It adds a little burst of colour just on the edge. And sometimes it's nice just to get the absolute maximum you can out of your designer series paper. So I just went in, as you will have seen, and fussy cut these. So while I was cutting the flower, like I say, I cut the big one as well. So that's the inside. And we'll just pop it onto one of the layers. Set off to one side. Now the trick with this is to try and get it lined up in the middle. So what we're going to do is tuck the flap out of the way, and using our wonderful ZZ fold technique, which we don't even need to use, we could put the sticky on any side we wanted to. But while we're doing it, we'll do it in the true style of it. So the ZZ is you fold it over and you know where you can put the adhesive, and then we're just going to line that up more or less in the middle of this piece. So you want it sort of to be equal to the top and the bottom. And then what we needed to do was to make it be the layer piece to be even in the middle of that. So I thought the best way to do it would be to lay it on and then stick this flap behind the designer series paper. But because it's going to get pulled on quite a bit, I thought the best thing to do would be to stick it on with tear and tape. And I'm having one of those nightmare moments where I can't find the end. So I'll just bring in my snips and cut a length of tear and tape, because that will ensure that it is as sticky as possible. So what we need to do is line this up. We know the top and the bottom are going to fit because we've already centered that. And once you're happy with where you've got it placed between the 2 sides, you can just peel the backing paper off and tuck that over. So now we know everything is even and free, and now we can go ahead and put the layers on. So it was just a handy step so that you can make sure everything's lined up, because if you try and line it up after the fact, if you haven't got it quite in the right place on your designer series paper, it might look a little bit off kilter. So we'll pop that into place on there, and then we'll actually put the middle in first. So I'm going to do a little bit of stamping, and I've got Simply Said, as you guys who watch my videos often know, one of my most favorite sets, came out new this year. So I'm going to do birthday wishes using Old Olive, and we'll pop that on the left hand side of what's going to go on the front, and then I'm going to use the Let's Celebrate and pop that on the top of this piece, and then there's still plenty area left to sign. Now the trick then is to get this to go behind the front so it can't be seen. So what we're going to do is put some adhesive on, make sure it's the right way up of course, and then line it, tuck it in behind the front piece so you know it's going to be equal, and then close the card onto itself. So now you can see that you can't see the inside from the outside, and then all we have to do is go ahead and stick this piece on to the very front. So we'll pop that one on, and again bring in the silicone mat, just because there are some skinny little edges here and I don't want the adhesive to get onto my work surface, and you don't have to worry about falling off the edges. And then which way to put the flower? We'll put it that way. And then just to finish it off, I'm going to use some of the In Colour Shimmer Gems. And even though there isn't really a Daffodil Delight yellow, there is this lovely peach pie, which is the colour that the darker part of the flowers is. So, whoops, hey, come back. So we'll put one on there. Oh my gosh. One on there and a little one just to go next to it. So there you have it. Two the same. How quick and easy was that? A little quick and easy flip card, that's its name, so it needed to be quick and easy to live up to expectations. If you like what you've seen, please consider subscribing. Give me a thumbs up. I do appreciate those. It keeps my algorithm busy so I can bring more videos like this to you. If you've got a question or a comment, pop those in the box below and I will always get back with you. The directions and dimensions, as always, of course, will be on my blog, so pop on over there to get all the written directions and sizings and all that good stuff. And in the meantime, thanks so much for watching.